let's start talking about you. And sometimes it works a nerve.
Most men are very insecure.
Plus,
you never had any boyfriends in high school?
from heartache
The longest I've gone not cheating is 3 months.
to horror.
A girl on the bridge in a wedding dress with blood on her hand.
These two cover it all.
He is bothering the shit out of me.
It's all happening now on Blind Date. Hi again, everybody. I'm Roger Lodge, and welcome to the show. Coming up, can a guy impress his date by beating up on a bee? And then, in the Blind Date Hall of Shame, we'll introduce you to the strange, sensual pleasures found at the Temple of Love. Later,
The longest I've gone not cheating is 3 months.
will Austin calm down long enough to enjoy his date?
He is bothering the shit out of me.
That's coming up. Now let's move on and meet our next would-be couple, Amanda and her date, Austin. Now, Amanda calls herself a social butterfly and says she likes to keep active by playing billiards and softball. Now, Austin isn't quite so busy. He says that his hobby is chilling out. But both of them are ready to kick their dating lives into high gear.
I guess I'm looking for a guy who can be sort of like a best friend.
I'm actually a nice guy who would like to have a girlfriend if the right girl came along.
I definitely feel sexy around a guy, like when I'm dancing.
I like really cute, innocent looking.
I'm not waiting for love. I'm not waiting for marriage.
If the right one came along, I'd make her my girlfriend in a second.
I'm just waiting for someone that I'm happy with.
Problem is, it's tough to find the right one.
Well, it's not so tough to find the right one on our show. Maybe Amanda will be the right one. You never know.
Amanda?
Austin.
Hi.
How you doing?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you
There
too.
we go.
You bet.
Yo, yo, yo.
Kind of a hike, huh?
Yeah, we got everything.
What's going on, everybody? I'm Mafi King. This is Super Friends episode 6, and we're going to be talking about hell dates and just dating fuckery. So right now we have Lawrence D. Adams and Red Pill Chauvinist in the house.
Yes, sir.
Rich Kid will come in a minute, so I'm gonna start off. I'm gonna start off with a fuckery story, man. Like I said, just to you, just off camera, I could easily use my last situation as a real fuckery, but I'm trying to think about. I'm freestyling because I'm thinking as I'm talking about something that I can really state some. Okay, I got a fuckery situation, and this is and I'm gonna tell you this. Just so y'all can understand the mindset of some women, right? So y'all ready for some fuckery? Y'all ready for some fuckery?
Yes, sir.
Salute to my favorite show. That's what's up, too. See, this is what I'm saying. Now, this is his favorite show, and I never even heard his name before. Why don't y'all be saying shit?
We ain't gonna bite, man. Come on, it's a community, man.
Yeah, man. This your favorite show, and this your first time I ever seen you comment. You need to be commenting all the time. You could be on here by now. So look, this is some fuckery right here. This is some shit. This is some shit to really let you know. Man, this is fuckery, y'all. This is fuckery. This is some
Seth
serious.
Jones, what up? Seth Jones in the chat, man. What up?
Man, this is serious fuckery, man. And this is from a quote unquote bad bitch. This is one of those bitches who niggas be like, ooh, ooh, ooh. She one of these hoes, right? Okay, so. Oh my God. And the fuckery ain't even so bad. It's the fuckery is the mindset. That's the part that fucks my head. So I was messing with this chick, right? Messing with her for
Alexa, turn on Nate.
About 6 months. I say we had sex on the first kick it. First date we went. Where did we go the first time we hung out? Oh, we went to La Pinata. We went to La Pinata. Yep, La Pinata Marina Walk combo. And then, and matter of fact, y'all, for the people who listening, I got a Patreon drop that I'm gonna drop soon as this broadcast is over, and it's actually cheap finesse dates. So I'm gonna drop that as soon as this is over. So yeah, we did the Marina La Pinata combo. Eat Mexican food, walk around. Then she came back to my house. We fucked. So that was our first interaction. So it took about from the third time, then second time, boop, kicked it with her, went bowling, same back to the house. And the third time, she started asking about like relationships and shit, like where is this going? Excalibur, what's going on, fool? Where is this going? And all this. See, that's when if women, this is I'm gonna tell y'all some expert level game that y'all might not want to hear. If you fuck the woman good and she's not asking where it is, that shit's annoying as fuck. But if she not asking that, you gotta look at your game a little bit, fam, because they supposed to do that, man. They supposed to be asking what are we and shit. Even though I don't like to hear it, I know that I'm expecting it. Like a woman is not gonna let you keep her in the friend zone forever unless it's beneficial to her. So let me give y'all the game. Is if that's the situation, just let it be known that it's really beneficial to her, not only you. So anyway, so we're fucking around doing this shit or whatever. So I go to North Carolina to see my mom, right? So she took me to the airport or whatever. We're not officially a couple. Let me say that, but she's always pressing the issue. So we talking on the phone and shit, and did like some Instagram video shit and phone sex, whatever. And then so when I got back, she was acting all distant and shit, right? So she's acting distant. So I'm like, oh, okay. So come find out, she's like, she's stressed because she's pregnant. So I'm like, pregnant? You got me fucked up. Like, what? Silent but sexy. What's going on, fam? King Solomon, what's going on, fam? What's up? I was looking at O'Shea Jackson. All I can say is be thankful y'all got game because these guys are crazy out here. That's what's up. So she's all quiet and distant and shit. So I'm, see, the thing is, I'm not really tripping, but just because I don't trip don't mean I don't notice. And so lesson one is this. Brothers, my male best friend, those are all motherfucking niggas who hit. Don't never get that twisted. So she told me about her best friend, quote unquote, way back, and I already knew it was something funky with it. So come find out. So I'm out of town. So she fucks dude, right? Her quote unquote. But it wasn't the first time he fucked. He fucked her throughout the years. This is confirmation from later. I didn't have this confirmation at the time. I knew she fucked him because I asked her, and she kind of tried to change the subject. So that's all I need to know. When women don't want to address something, they lying. Just that's another free game right there. So she ended up being pregnant. So I'm like, hold on. Now we ain't fuck raw at all, and I think y'all fellas know, and y'all can put a 100 in there. Is like, there's situations where the condom might bust or the condom might get left up in the chick, but you know this when it happens. So it wasn't one of those situations like, ooh, that's a close call. Like, I know this bitch got me fucked up. Come find out, she fucks dude and gets pregnant, right? So she's pregnant by the guy, and she's telling me like, oh well, we weren't in a committed relationship, and she was going through shit. And I'm like, yeah, bro, but this ain't making me want to be in a relationship. So the fuckery in the mindset was, she was stressing and about getting an abortion and all this emotional shit. And she's like, oh, you're not here for me. You're kicking me while I'm down. You're kicking me. What'd she say? You're kicking me while I'm down. I see when times get hard that you ready to bounce. Bitch.
What?
Yeah, nigga. Fuckery. So she's like, yeah, you're not even there for me. Dumbass shit, right? Dead serious. I'm so confused and insulted that I'm keeping it going. I'm keeping it going because it's so entertaining. Like, oh my god, the fact that you're saying this shit with a straight mouth, like, no, you're fucking. This is one. I'm telling you, this is one of these hoes who gets 1,000 likes and all these hearts. Retarded as fuck. So lesson one, bitches are retarded. Lesson two, don't fucking trust when the best friend, the play brother, that's a hose. He didn't fuck before, or he waiting to fuck. Don't never take a woman seriously. I didn't take her seriously, but I'm just letting y'all know that that's the way it is. Don't never take a woman seriously who got a brother or a best friend who's a man. None of that shit. Number three, expect the unexpected, man. Just when you think you had enough or you have dealt with enough, there's levels of fuckery. Because I was even like, what the fuck? I was so shocked. Like, wait a minute. Like, let me just see where she'll go with this. And that's where she took it, man. And that was the end of us. But it's just the mindset that she felt. But the thing is, and this is the fourth and final lesson. The fact that she was expecting me to roll with it shows that it's been dudes who roll with similar options. Women aren't going to come and put it like this. When you deal with a woman, she's not going to get extra confident and bold with you. She's done that shit before to give her that confidence to think that she can assure to get away with it. You know what I'm saying? Let me get Mansion Attraction on here real quick because he said he couldn't stay on late, so I want to make sure he gets to spit his fire real quick.
Oh yeah. Am I supposed to give my intro right now?
Yeah, go ahead, man.
All right, cool. Okay, well, I'm Attraction Mansion. Started my account like about a month ago, or like a couple months ago. Got it all started thanks to Afi, so appreciate him for that. Basically, I just post a bunch of expert content, testimonials, like motivational things for you guys. I got a Patreon, and then I also got my Instagram on at attraction_mansion, and then YouTube Attraction Mansion. So go sub those. Link in bio to the Patreon on my Instagram. Yeah, what's the topic tonight?
Oh, it's hell dates or just fuckery with women that you've experienced, whether it was a breakup, just some fuckery.
Oh, I got some good stuff. Okay. Well, on the lines of fuckery or whatever, I dated this one girl. Keep in mind I'm only 17, but when I dated this one girl at the end of 8th grade, like most people think like, oh, it can't be serious relationships then. This was actually like a semi like serious relationship or whatever. And we dated for I think we dated for like 8-9 months or whatever. And at the end of it, I started like losing feelings for her, and now I was like, sure, we can hang out or whatever, see if it's still there. And then like I told her it was still there, but I was like, this needs to end. And I didn't know what I was doing at the time. So this girl was like really obsessed with me because I was like pulling away from her at the end of the relationship when she still really liked me, and she was getting all fucked up in the head. So then because I stopped giving her attention, she broke up with me because she didn't feel like I was there anymore and it wasn't worth her crying or whatever. But then after that, I agreed with her breaking up with me because like I wanted to break up with her anyway. And after that, she just went on an absolute rampage telling me like how much of a dick I was and like spreading a bunch of rumors about me throughout my entire school and just like all this shit, like saying how bad of a person I am. Just like such unnecessary drama. Some girls, oh, that's crazy. But it's just like, you got to be careful who you trust with like information too, because like before you get in a relationship, look at how they were before they were in that relationship. Really? And that is what they're going to act like after. Like, see how they treat their ex-boyfriends after relationships and stuff like that, because that'll be you. And like, just know what you're getting into.
So that's my favorite.
That's what's up. Jeff just checked in. What's going on, Jeff? Lawrence T. Adams, you got something? I know you got some fuckery.
Want to go on?
You don't have
Yeah.
to throw you don't have to throw your divorce.
No, I ain't gonna even talk about a divorce. When he said that, made me think of what some on divorces. That's where he talked about that. But it was this young lady, I bet on Facebook. So she always hit my every time I post something, she always say something positive, something positive. So she hit my DM. So we start DM back and forth, and I said, okay, you know, she was about it. But this the catch. She was a minister. I said, oh, okay, all right. But she kept throwing me other vibes that she wanted to do more than ministry. So I said, okay, all right. So I left it alone. Then she DM'd me again. We need to get together. I said, you know what we're gonna do? I get off work this time. I need you to pick me up downtown. We're going down, get a hotel, and we're gonna take care of this. So we did that. Did the 1, 2, 3. She got the hotel, picked me up from downtown, took me to the hotel. We did our 1, 2, 3. But at the same time, I was talking to somebody else. Somehow she found out. So what she did, she went, found the girl that was going to visit in Detroit, and I'm in Cleveland. Found her on Facebook. I don't know how she did it, and sent her a bottle of penicillin and said, "Oh, you know Lawrence, he just burnt me."
Oh, fuckery right there.
So I said, you know what? I said, so the new girl's like, what? What's going on? I said, listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. I did what I did. We did something. It is what it is. I think she's mad because I didn't want to take it any further. So the girl in Detroit was like, oh, okay. I know you upstanding. You know, you're a good guy, blah, blah, blah. I said, yeah, it is. That's what it is. So finally, that resolved. Finally, the girl in Detroit was at ease because I had one of my homegirls. I have a circle of women that I connect with. I had her call her. I said, yeah, you know, Lawrence, he's upstanding, blah, blah. So they spoke a word for me. And so finally, the girl in Detroit was cool, whatever the case may be. So I get back and I finally contact the young lady that was here in Cleveland. I said, what was up with that? She said, oh, I just did that because I was mad because I knew you were messing with other women. So I knew you was messing with another chick and I was jealous and I had to put that out there. I said, where did you get that penicillin bottle from? She had found a penicillin bottle with her name on there with the date. So I'm here to tell you, the thing of it is, the biggest thing, the lesson to learn is that, for one thing, I can say in that situation is to be very clear on your intentions on what you want to do with these women. The other thing is check them. Check them at the door. Don't ever do that again. And when I did that, I blocked on all my social media because I had some other things going on. I blocked her on all social media. She begged to come back. She tried to text me, tried to call my alternate number, tried to do everything. I said, listen, when you did that, that was enough. So in that essence, that lesson I learned there is you never underestimate the craftiness of women.
Mm.
And so from that point on, it helped me take my game to another level to be even more keener to watch just different nuances that women do when they're around me and to be on my P's and Q's. And that point I was on my P's and Q's, but that took me to another level of P's and Q's. And so now I'm like watching, I ask questions. What about this? Where you at? What's going on? Not so much out of being paranoid, but more of a sense of I'm protecting the investment, and the investment is me.
There you go.
Red Pill, he ready to chime in, I can tell. Go ahead.
Nah, the only health story I could think about telling, you know what I'm saying, was the most recent one that I said. Some of y'all may have heard it before, but it's about that Panamanian chick. So I'm not gonna go back into further detail, but I'll just start off with the story like this. Little bit of background is, I had seen this chick. I had probably seen her by this point maybe 4 times within 10 days. Now, mind, this is about 2-3 years ago. This is if you watch my episode on the Panamanian chick, you'll hear me say that she was the chick who washed out all the rest of the blue pill shit that was in my system because, excuse me, she taught me a lot of lessons. All right, so as I'm telling the story, I'll tell you things that I should have done differently. So boom, like I said, it's 10 days. This is probably like my fourth time seeing her, and my mindset is, damn, I didn't even smash yet, because around that time I was starting to get into let's just say spiritual teachings and all that. And you know what I'm saying, I was trying to see the way the universe works and so on and so forth. And one of the things I was saying was, I got to do something different, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to these chicks or whatever. So when I started dealing with her, she's the one that hit me with the bozo shit, like, basically I'm paraphrasing, but she was like, she basically gave it up to everybody else before, but with me, she want to wait and hold up and this, that, and the third and try something different. So I'm like, all right, you know what? That's funny. I was just saying that. I was thinking to myself, like I was saying that to the universe, and look what she's saying to me. All right. So, but my old self, before that, I'm used to smashing by the second date within 2 weeks. So I was basically conflicted with myself, like, shit, I ain't smashed yet. And I done did XYZ. I done dated her. Basically, I invested in her and I ain't smashed yet, but I'm trying to do something different. So I see.
Red pill. Red pill. You went out, fam.
You know what? This is what I'm gonna do. This is my last night. If I don't smash, yo, you hear me? Yo.
No.
Yo.
Go, man.
Yo. You know these things, man. All right. So anyway, yeah. So it's been. I ain't smashed yet. She came. So I was like, yo, I'm gonna go over there one more time. If I don't smash, it's a wrap. Now, mind you, let's be clear. One of the times I went over there, she had thrown her panties on me. I say this in my episode. She had thrown her panties on me, and it landed right on my nose, and I had just inhaled the pheromones. Now, if y'all don't know about pheromones, y'all look that up. But I believe it's because of the pheromones that had me so fucking. What's the word I'm looking for? So what's the word? Like, I was so focused on getting that ass, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, I said, this is my last night. If it don't happen, you know what I'm saying, it's over. Last night come through, I call her like, yo, it's a Saturday night. I said, yo, I'm about to come through, this, 10 the third. I'm about to bring some food over. She's like, yeah, come through, blah, blah, blah. I was like, yo, I'm gonna bring some wine, blah, blah, blah. So by the time I get over, it's gonna be like 11 o'clock at night on a Saturday. Come on. We eat and we watching whatever, I think it was watching Hidden Colors or something like that. So I'm thinking, yo, I'm smashing. That's not even a question. So I say about when I get to the restaurant, I call, which is like around the block from her, I call her like, yo, I'm grabbing XYZ, blah, blah, blah. She's like, yeah, that's what I want, boom, boom. Mind you, I'm around the block. It's like 10 minutes before I get over there. Yo, so I get over there, knock on the door. I got wine in one hand, food in the other hand, knock on the door, doop. She opened the door. She's like, hey. I'm like, all right, I feel the energy. That's what's up. I'm like, hey, how you doing? She's like, and she opens the door wider, and there's a dude in there. She's like, hey, this is my friend Al, my brother from another mother. And I look like, what the fuck? Like, yo, my whole thing is like, yo, remember, it's all about controlling your emotions, sending your emotions to the side and all that, right? So I see dude, I'm like, all right, let me not jump to conclusions, because the dude look a little older. He looked like he's probably in his, mid to late 40s, whatever the case may be, a little pudgy. So I'm not really thinking much of it, but I'm stuck on, yo, why is this dude here at 11 o'clock at night? She knows I'm coming. Like, she'd even mentioned dude before, like, all right, red flag, boom. So my red flag is up. But I'm thinking, you know what? This is like I said, it's an older gentleman. He see the wine in my hand. He see the food in my hand for 2, not for 3. So he should be able to figure it out. And if he's just cool people, if he's family, like she says, then he should be out of here in 15 minutes. All right. That's what I'm thinking in my head to control my emotions, per se. So I put the food down. Put the food down. Like I said, 15 minutes, he should be out. I say about 30 minutes go by. And I'm just looking like, yo, why the fuck is this dude still here, man? So after that 30 minutes, remember I said I had wine and I had food, right? Yo, this chick grabs the bottle of wine and looks at that dude and it's like, hey, you want some wine? And I'm looking like, yo, did this bitch just offer my wine to the next dude who's not even supposed to be here and he's been here way too long? So I just like, step in like, yeah, I love some wine, man. I appreciate that. Looking like, yo, what the fuck you doing? You know what I'm saying? So we're drinking the wine, whatever. Okay, long story short, another 15 minutes goes by, and I'm like, I tell myself, all right, if this dude is here another 5-10 minutes, yo, I'm out. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, fuck the food, fuck the sex, fuck whatever. So 15 minutes go by and I get up, go to the bathroom. I come out. I'm like, hit them with the, it's about 12 o'clock. Like, yo, all right, I'm gonna have to see y'all later, man. We just do this tomorrow, man. She was like, nah, you can stay, do this. Like, oh, come on, brother. You can have a seat, man. Have a seat. You don't gotta go nowhere. I'm like, he's like, yeah, I'm about to get out of here soon anyway. I'm like, in my mind, remember, I'm all about getting that ass. So my mindset now is, yo, all right, fuck the food, man. Once this dude leave, I watch, 10, 15 minutes of the movie. I'm just going in. So 15 minutes goes by. I finish my wine, just waiting for this dude to get up and go. So when that 10 minutes goes by, instead of this dude seem like he's making a motion to get up, this dude leans back in his seat even more. And that's when I'm like, nah, fuck that, man. I'm out. So here's where the crazy part comes in, man. So I get up and I'm like, you know what? Yo, I'm good, man. I'm about to be out, man. We just do it tomorrow. It's no big deal. So I grab my jacket from the back of my chair and she grabs the jacket. Like, no, where you going? I'm like, nah, it's all good, man. You got your friend here with you. Now you good. Like, I'm just going to go home. Grab my jacket again. She's like, no. And like, now there's like a tug of war between the two of us with my jacket, like literally. I'm like, yo, get off my jacket. Let me go. And she's like, no, stay. And she look at the dude and is like, oh, I'm so sorry you have to see all this. And I'm looking like, yo, hold the fuck up, yo. Like, I'm over here. I don't even know who dude is. Mind you, this chick lives. Oh, yeah, I don't know New York. If you know New York, Lawrence know New York. This chick was in Far Rockaway. And she lived in a dead end. So she's like, let's just say Far Rockaway is not, it's call it a dangerous place for lack of a better term. So I'm in Far Rockaway in a dead end, 11 o'clock at night, this chick crib that I just met about 10 days ago in a one way in, one way out situation with a dude I've never met. We tussling back and forth with my jacket. Boom. When she finally lets go of my jacket, the type of spot that she has, she wants you to take your shoes off. So when I finally get my jacket, I'm like walking briskly to the door, like, so I can get the fuck up out of here. Cause I'm realizing like, yo, why she want me stuck here for? Like, I was starting to feel like she was trying to imprison me. So when I was going for my shoes, she grabbed one of my shoes and ran to the back of her apartment and hid my shoe. So now I'm like, what the, yo, give me my shoe. She's like, oh no, stay. And yo, long story short, man, I had to. I seen her shoe. She was I'm about a 13. She was about a size 6. Okay. I took one of her size 6s, sneakers, whatever the case may be. I couldn't even put my whole foot in there, man. Put my foot in, half my foot in there and got up out of there, man. Now, Pete, when I got up out of the apartment, there was a dude standing on a Jeep, like leaned up on a Jeep. Man, I just got out there and he just kind of like stared me down and I really didn't pay him no mind. I kept it moving. Now, the reason why I bring that dude up is because when I called Shorty up the next day, like, yo, what the fuck was all that about? I got to come back and get my shoe. She was like, oh, I don't know why you acted like that and this, that, and the third. But she also said, later on that night, okay, first of all, she said the dude who was in the room was actually her ex-fiance's brother, if you were to believe that. But that's supposed to be her ex-fiance's brother, okay? That's number one. Number two, she was like, it's funny because after you left that night, my ex-boyfriend came to see me. I said, your ex-boyfriend? He said, yeah, he drives a Jeep. I said, holy shit, yo. So I would have been in a one-way in, one-way out situation with her quote-unquote ex-fiance's brother from out of state and her ex-boyfriend from Brooklyn or wherever the hell he was from, all in the same room in a one-way in, one-way out situation. So I say all that to say this. Boom. Lessons you could learn. Number one, yo, it ain't about pussy, man. Like, I could have been dead in the situation. What I could have told Shorty was, yo, when dude was there, like, yo, we could just, off top, I should have been like, yo, we could do this another time. I see you busy, this, that, and the third. Just on the strength that she didn't tell me dude was there, and I spoke to her about 10 minutes earlier. Second of all, I think that's the main lesson, man. It ain't about pussy, man. Like, I had the signs. I had all these signs, all these things telling me, like, yo, fuck this chick. Because like I said, I didn't give you background on the chick, but there was many signs that told me, like, yo, I shouldn't really mess with this shit because she's what's the word I'm looking for? She's wishy-washy. She's a part of the street. Put it like that. This is before I learned about the street life, like not the street life, but the underworld. She's part of that underworld crew because she's been on her own since she was 14. And I really didn't, check her background. I didn't know, who knew her and stuff like that. So that's another thing. I think you should know a little bit about a chick's background, man. Like, if a chick moved from, like, same thing happened to my brother. If a chick moved from another state and you don't know nothing about her from where she just came from, that's a red flag. Because you don't even know why she moved out of that state. Because what dudes don't know is that sometimes a chick done hold out her whole town, her whole city. Everybody know how she get down. And she got to move out of town, man. Start all over. Hit people up with, with the sob story, whatever the case may be, so they could get themselves a sucker. But But yeah, man, that's my story, man. The Panamanian chick, man. I almost got stuck up by two dudes, man. Just trying to get some pussy, man.
I see Lawrence over there. Shout out to TTG. I see you just checked in. What you want to say, Lawrence? I see you shaking your head.
Man, that is so crazy because when you said that about the whole Far Walker way, I remember when I lived in Atlanta, I lived in Marietta. So I got this girl online, and at that time I was doing a lot of deep meditation and things like that. So what I did was I had this girl spit that game to her. I had her take a shower. And when she took a shower, I had her do certain things. But when she did those certain things, I wanted her to associate me with those things. Think of a game right there. So I did that. We did that for a while. She said, well, you know what? I'm coming from California and I'm coming to Atlanta. I said, okay, cool. I said, you know what's funny? You probably down with Crips and Bloods and stuff. You probably down with that Crips and Bloods and stuff. She said, oh, why would you say that? Not me. I'm like, all right. Well, I was like you were saying, Rip. I was so fascinated by the booty. I didn't pay attention, but I kept saying, you know what? You probably down with that Crips and Bloods stuff. So where you live at again? So I asked her again. She said, oh, I ain't down with that. So what ended up happening, she ended up flying. She flew in to Hartfield Airport, took a taxi up to my spot. She spent the night because she's waiting for her spot to open up where she was going to stay at in Atlanta. I said, all right. So she came over, had the towel ready, had the washcloth ready, special soap, whatever the case may be. So we didn't do nothing that night. We ate whatever the case may be. The next day we hit it. Boom, 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 boom. I did it. I was on it. Then after that, she wanted to keep talking and communicating. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Then finally, in the conversation, he said, yeah, you remember you was teasing me about the Crips and Blood stuff? Yo, I'm Pyru Gangsta Blood. I went, oh, shit.
They got gangbanging.
I was like, what? You said you Pyru. She said, yeah, I'm Pyru. I said, you know what?
Gangbanging bitches.
I said, oh my God. She said, yeah, and my dudes are coming up. I said, no, man.
I don't think I ever had no gangbanger bitches before, man. I gotta think about that.
Man, that's the craziest thing. I was too fast. I'm telling you, man, she had a nice butt. I was just like, yeah, long hair. I was like, yeah, yes. And then got her here, found out she Pyru.
Yeah.
Pyru. And the thing about it, I was doing deep meditation during that time, and I kept saying it. I said, you know what? I was like, you know what? I think you down with that Crips and Blood stuff. She I know I'm not. Straight up was.
Hey, I remember one time I'm gonna have Attraction Mansion going after this little rant. I remember one time, right? I was fucking with this chick, man, and so she was that I was raw on her, man, and I was addicted because I don't really get down like that. So it's like when I do find somebody to get down with, it's like, okay, it's been a while. We gonna have some fun. So she was the we gonna have some fun one. So we was getting jiggy like that for a minute, and she was pretty cool chick. And one time we were she took me to eat and shit one day. This is another thing, man. Okay, let me just say this. Like I know as a man, we like to be leaders and all this shit. We know that, and we preach that type of shit on this channel. But what I'm saying is sometimes it's good to role reverse and sit back and let a bitch really show you her appreciation towards you. So this is the whole thing. Because the key words, I said she took me on a date. I didn't say she paid for the date. I said she took me on the date. That means that she's responsible for the planning, the time, everything.
Mm-hmm.
So you wanna, it's just like this, right? It's just like when you with your parents, right? And they're driving the car and you're like, "Ooh, can I drive?" And you say no. But every now and then you be like, "All right, you could drive around the parking lot." You see that what I did right there? You see that excitement you get? So sometimes you want to give them the opportunity to lead in the plan and be the quarterback. You feel me? So you putting her in the position to get your validation, because what's going to happen is whatever she comes up with, you're going to rate that. So that you're just sitting back seeing what she's going to come up with, and you're just, oh yeah, I appreciate you did good, babe. Yep. So that's you don't have to say that, but that's the vibe. So sometimes you gotta just don't you can do a role reversal sometimes because that puts a chick in a leadership role. You just give her a taste of it. And it makes her use her brain, and then she's gonna be thinking, "Ooh, is he gonna like this? I hope." See, all that time is role reversal, but she's thinking about you the whole time. See, that's extra. This going on Patreon now. Just because I said that, this going on Patreon. Just because I said that, 'cause that's some shit that you're not gonna hear from no fucking drops. Anyways, and it is too. I'm not playing. So y'all people that's live, y'all catching it? Good. Because if y'all not on Patreon or y'all not subscribed to Red Pill Chauvinist, I know he posts the shows too, then you just gonna miss this one. So the whole thing was she so she took me on a date, picked me up. So I'm in her car and shit. Her fucking car overheated and shit, right? And she ended up, I don't even know what the reason exactly why, but she ended up calling her baby daddy because some shit was his name or some shit. So she got to pick her baby daddy picked us up, right? I'm acting like I'm the see in reverse how I talked about the brother shit. I'm acting like I'm the brother. I'm her work brother and shit. And I'm acting like I'm her work brother because I want to fucking get home to this pussy, man. So whatever. So he picked me and his baby mama up. I'm her work quote unquote. She a nurse, so I'm her work brother and shit. And I'm just acting all just hella chill, like so that he won't see no chemistry. So yeah, so he delivered me. He picked me and his baby mama up and delivered me and her back to the house and shit, so I can fuck. He didn't even know he did that. Fuck with these single moms, man. They got tactics and strategies. And on that note, attraction match, you want to pick that up with some knowledge you just learned or what? What you gonna say?
Yo, yeah, actually, I was doing some more research today on NLP, which is neuro linguistic programming stuff, which is like intense level stuff that is really like expert level game that we shouldn't really talk about on here until people like really get the hang of it. But
it's master's degree. Go ahead.
Yeah, but on that note though, I was researching with the guy who taught me about that kind of stuff, and there's two main things I learned today. One of those is something called the yes ladder, which is basically you want to have a girl, like whenever you want a girl to do something for you, what you do beforehand is you get her to say yes to you for like any questions. You get her to say yes to you for random things like, oh,
what's I do with my kids at work?
Girl? Yeah, exactly. Because if they say yes to you for simple things, they're more likely to say yes to you in the future for things when you're asking them on a date, when you're trying to have sex with them, stuff like that. They're more likely to be open to doing it because they're used to saying yes to you and they feel weird if they say no to you. Like they feel almost guilty. So that's one really good strategy. And then another thing I learned was something called, well, I didn't just learn about this, but I learned how effective it was. The hearsay, which is where you have your friend almost hook you up with a different girl, but you have your friend, for example, talk to a girl and say, oh, my friend here is like really cool, but he needs a girl who does this, otherwise he'll never date them or whatever. Like you should hit him up. I feel like you'd be a good match or whatever. Because what this does is it first of all makes her portray those personality traits when she does talk to you, which constantly builds her attraction herself towards you. Not only does it do that, but it also frames her as the chaser. Because if she's the one who's texting you first because of your friend, she's the one who contacts you first. She's becoming the chaser automatically, which already puts you ahead of the game because you're not the one who's hitting her up. She's hitting you up. So those are two really big things. Another thing I learned about is, I've talked about this before, but there's something called fractionation, which is something where in like the intrigue stage where you're trying to get a girl to first like know who you are and like actually be interested in you. A lot of guys will start by trying to like flirt really obviously, or they'll start by like trying to build rapport right away. Strategy. What you want to do is you just want her to become interested and want to learn more about you. You want her to become curious about you. And how you do this is you get her at emotional highs and emotional lows in quick succession. If you can do that for example, through a story, you tell her a story that has emotional highs and lows. They don't have to be like connected to her necessarily, but if you get her to experience those emotions with you, you'll upgrade your success a shit ton. Also, there's something which is like one-line fractionation things where you say something like, I love when you act stupid. Because what this does is it makes her feel good. Oh, he loves something about me. But then you say, when she acts stupid. So this confuses her, and it goes in her subconscious like, wait, how does he actually feel about me? And since you're leaving on a down note, which is like by saying a bad thing, she's going to like try to win your approval more. So if you use a series of those things and the intrigue things where you're like upping and downing the emotional state, it's just going to intrigue her a ton. Oh, and then another thing with the intrigue is open loops. What I love to do with girls, because it works so incredibly well, is you literally, once you talk to her for a little bit, say, oh, do you want to know a secret, ... and then don't respond for like 2 hours. Or say like, oh yeah, and guess what, ... and then don't respond for 2 hours and be like, oh, I just want to say you're a dork.
Yep.
What this does, it separates you from other guys so much. And the entire time, those 2 hours, she's thinking like, wait, what is he going to say? I want to know what he's going to say. God, text me back. Stuff like that. So those are just some new things I've been researching, some more upgrading my own game.
That's some good fire game. Let me say something. Y'all want these longer shows, man? Y'all gotta start hitting that super chat, or at least hitting the like when you pop in and check in. Y'all sitting up getting your pens and papers, getting all this free shit. Hit the fucking super chat. If not, go to the Patreon. If just hit the like button, man. Y'all can like these long ass comments. Y'all ain't even push like yet. Y'all supposed to push like soon as y'all come in. Y'all know y'all gonna get fire game. Y'all already know y'all get fire game. Y'all gotta wait until y'all hear something that to make y'all shake your heads and then push the like. No, push the like because we on here talking on a Sunday night and it's raining where I'm at. I'm finna go get some shit off at right after this. I'm gonna have to microwave my food now. Because I'm talking to y'all first, man. Push the motherfucking like, press the Patreon, subscribe to everybody on the channel. That's it.
Yo, the only thing I would add to what Attraction Mantra said was I think dudes need to be more selfish with their time, man. You know what I mean? I tell people all the time around me, like, yo, you can't be too available, you know, to these women. If they text you, or whatever, you know, you shouldn't be responding immediately. Like, but if you do that, that kind of makes you look like, you know, either, you know, I put it like this: if you were dealing with a 6 or a 7, you wouldn't be, you know, going back and texting her, you know, immediately after she texts you, whatever the case may be. But sometimes dudes, when they're dealing with a chick who they feel is like a 9, 10 or better, you know, they feel like, oh, you know, I got to get back to her so I don't lose her, you know, so she doesn't get upset at me or anything like that. Nah, man. You gotta treat all chicks the same, man. And when you do that, it shows that, you know, you have a life. You were busy. You were doing something. When you text her back, you don't have to explain yourself saying, oh, why? This is the reason why I didn't text you for the past 4 hours. Like, no, you're living your life. You text her back when you get back to her. And I'm telling you, it'll make their mind start thinking like, what is he doing? He must be with other women. And I keep saying what I've learned a long time ago. Once you hit a chick's jealousy button, oh, it's over, because now she's competing with an invisible ghost. And you're the prize. So it's a win-win.
Yes, dude. And to add on to that, that's why whenever I'm having conversations with girls, I always add in like small, subtle things to show that I hang out with other girls. Like I'll say like, oh yeah, my friend the other day said blah, blah, blah. And I'll like make sure that she recognizes that she's female without like saying it weirdly or whatever. And that's also like with social proofing, where people like post on Instagram, like when they're with girls, or like on Snapchat, like when you're with girls, like put that on your Snapchat, put that on your Instagram, because it social proofs you. And then when that girl you're talking to sees that, she's gonna think, oh, he has a life. He's hanging out with other girls. Like,
yep,
desperate guy.
Because women make a whole story up in their head, man, that they don't see, man. It's better for them to make a story up than to actually see it, man. Let them make the story up, and that only occurs when you're selfish with your time, man. If you're seeing her every day, you're not giving her the opportunity to make up a story in her head, man.
Wait, I have a question for you guys. Have any of you guys heard of the October Man sequence?
No.
Nah, I'm not familiar with that.
Lawrence, have you? You're muted,
Explain
Lawrence.
it. I think I did. Go ahead and explain it so I can refresh.
Okay, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna get into it intensely, but it's kind of like how you talked about that color thing last week
yeah.
or whatever. It's similar to that, but basically you fractionate the girl and you like get her to segregate herself from like the rest of the world emotionally, and then you have her associate good feelings with a color like in her body, and then like you get that color and you like have it yourself and you associate and anchor it to you and stuff like that.
Yeah. So like so what I would do is I got to move my mic, but see with this red handkerchief right there, that's what I would use that for. So I associate this red handkerchief with something, like you said, a color, the red with something inside of her, a good feeling or something sexual, wherever the case may be. So that's pretty much what you're saying. It's really intense. That's why when we started talking about this, man, this is definitely master level stuff. And what you were saying earlier about the loops and the fractionary, that all that can be used in a text message. I use it all the time. Once you have open loops and you have a story, you telling a story, like, you know what, I'm gonna get back to you in a minute about that story.
Yeah.
You leave that as an open loop. So what I do is I use that in a text message, or if I'm communicating with some girl online. So what it does, it keeps her intrigued, but it also keeps her attached. And so even with the like we were saying about, what's it called, the October what?
October Man sequence. It's basically a banned thing in like most attraction circles, just so we all know, because it's powerful shit.
Right, because then that's
that stuff.
Yeah, and you only learn that in NLP and NLP and things like that, and you got to be careful using that because you have women climbing up the side of your house, looking in your window with a stick.
Yeah,
naked.
I just got access to like some MK Delta stuff from like CIA shit like that I found. It's like that is intense shit. It's not shit you can fuck around with. Like if people want to know that shit, it's like, I don't know. You gotta be careful.
With that, with that, you have to even be, because I have it's funny you say that. I have a profile on Plenty of Fish, but it's not a regular profile. And so what I did, I set up a story that connect with women, but inside of the story, it's not talking about me. The profile is not talking about me, because none of the guys say, well, you know, I'm nice, I'm handsome, all that. You know, I'm telling a story. But I have several open loops in there, and then I begin to lead them in how does it feel if you were gonna, how would it feel if I was to touch you, or let me not say? And while you're getting so what I leave different spots there. I kid you not, every time I jump on Plenty of Fish, I get women say, I am so intrigued by what do you write stories? Do you write books? Yeah, I do that. But what happened is, that was my tester ground to see that this actually works. So this is next level things that a lot of guys are just doing. Yo, my name is Joe. What's your name? Susie. Well, that's beginner level. But on this other level, you can write certain content or say certain things that will have women lose. I don't want to say losing their mind, but in a frenzy over you.
Yeah, dude. Let me add to what you're saying.
It's fire.
There's also there's this shit called what I call intrigue stories that I've learned about. It's basically like you develop your own story about something that happened in your life, but like you add, like you said, a bunch of cliffhangers into it, and you add a sense of danger, a time constraint, and when you add all that stuff and like make yourself the protagonist in the story and use roller coastering and stuff like that, it creates so much intrigue in the girl that she has no like ability to not respond to you. She's just so intrigued by what you just said. So like you said, that's fire fucking game right here. This is like shit.
You gotta say we have to slow it up for them, man. We have to slow it up for the chat so they picking up all these gems, man.
Let me say this. If they were to catch what we just said in this little time span right there, we use, how can I say it? I can't say where. This particular organization that I work for, we use that in our letters to people. Do I need to say how much money we brought in every year? Over millions.
Yeah.
And I know of one particular person who was doing live, and he's talking about Jesus in the gospel, but women are getting wet by what he's talking about.
Yeah, that's what
It's
happens.
that's because of the language that he's using. See, a lot of guys. I'm do something you brought. I'm glad you brought this up. We were talking about things about women, but when I was trying to research about this, one of the first things I did was I said I don't know the language of women, or I don't know the language to get into your head. So what I did was I went to Barnes and Nobles in Atlanta, and I went and got Zang, and I began to just thumb through the book. I said, this language is completely different than how I would talk to women, but why are women going crazy over it? So I would study that book, an erotic book. So I finally said, you know what? I'm just going to get an erotic book and study the language, not so much what's going on, but the sequence of language that's going on, the ups and downs. He likes me. Oh no, he's around the corner. Oh no, Joe is coming around the corner too. All the sequences that are going on there. And then I begin to incorporate that in my language, but also in my text and when I do stuff online. And I've seen results from 0 to 100 because I changed my language. See, a lot of times we're talking like guys right now, but the language of a woman is completely different.
Yeah.
And once we learn how to master and I hate to talk woman, I don't want to say talk woman in a sense like, talk like a woman, but in a sense you learn how to get into their minds. That's that mouthpiece that old pimps had, the dudes had. You'll see results. It becomes easy as cutting through butter.
Hey, so we'll go on for another 10 minutes because y'all not hitting the like, y'all not hitting the super chat, y'all not.
I agree, man.
Yeah, man.
That's what we got to start doing, man. If they don't want to go in the chat, they don't want to ask questions like that.
I see them here, so it ain't like it's just one person.
We all here, man. We all here taking. Remember, like I said, time is important. So we all here volunteering our time. Saying what we're saying, dropping these gems, whatever the case may be.
I got only. I see how many people on here.
Yep, I'm looking at it too.
But y'all only 2 people want to say so. But Alex and Silent but Sexy. Even I'm gonna send this one to y'all. So just DM me on Instagram, and then I'll just send this one to you after we finish.
Now you said something about time. Then that's another thing that I used to do. And it took me a minute because I was so used to, if I don't respond immediately to her, that I had this scarcity mindset that I was going to lose her. So what I had to do is I had to train myself not to respond to text messages, or to be unavailable. What I did, there you go, Jeff. Why
I gotta say that though? I'm not talking about you, Jeff, but it's just for real. Like, why I gotta say that? Like, I see people's live streams. Y'all motherfuckers be giving when y'all want to. People shouldn't have to tell you to do that.
Shout out to Jeff.
For real talk, man. I just learned some shit today.
Exactly.
If I'm learning shit and I fuck a gang of hoes, I know y'all learning shit. This ain't gonna be where let me get the what you call it, the Lucario fucking package and shit and pay $1,000 and you just come over here and get the free games and shit. No, fam. No, it ain't. Not the level of shit. Or we can just start talking about regular shit. Then it'll be even level. And we'll just talk about getting phone numbers. And that's even. Shit over here and don't want to like and super chat and then go be doing that shit over there. No. I'm not talking about Lucario because Lucario don't even have super chat on his fucking streams.
Super chat is
So before y'all get technical, I'm just using him as an example. It can be anybody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, Ivy King said no, I didn't know, nigga. He don't even have super chat on his live, so I ain't fucking talking about him. I'm talking about y'all be lighting fool shit up that don't be that much fire. Yeah, y'all don't learn shit. Y'all just be lighting shit up because it's popping. That's the only reason why y'all do it, because it be popping to be hella motherfuckers over there, so y'all be wanting to be seen. Just do it out of respect. That's what I'm saying.
So back to that about using your time. So what I would do is I would purposely not answer text messages, calls, and I had to make sure my energy was right. So what I would do is, because sometimes you can say, "Hey, I'm not gonna answer," and you up there looking at the phone like, "Yeah, she just called." You
Right.
still got that wrong energy there. So what I would do is shift my energy, and I make sure I read a book, or I'm writing something down, or I'm watching something. I'm doing something to distract me, so that I make sure that my energy wasn't in a place where she can pick up on it. That, oh, I know this nigga looking at the phone.
Yeah.
I know he's in my car.
Yeah, once you guys all, or like once the audience gets down like this game and stuff, they'll get to the point like literally right now I have 3 girls that are I consider very attractive. 3 girls that like I just haven't responded to just because I haven't got back to it because I'm busy with stuff. Like I almost like forget about them. Like that's what'll end up happening once you
Right
guys.
now, I got a whole date. I got a whole date with his kid. Guess what? So tonight I'm doing fucking wine and sip. I didn't even think of that.
Nice.
So she gonna have the wheel wine and sip. I mean that mean we gonna drink wine and paint. So my night's already, and then obviously I'm gonna eat and hit. I don't even have to name that shit, but I'm just saying my shit's already planned out. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
But what I would say to add to the conversation is I was listening to Ron Wills the other day, and he said something. Of course, he dropped another gem, but he kind of verbalized something that I was already thinking before, which is like a lot of dudes try to get into a chick's head. They try to think of logical ways to get into a chick's head. But what Ron Wills said is you got to get into her feelings. And I think that's what we're talking about as far as like, when you give yourself your time, when you make her think, when you make her have to imagine what you're doing, and, when you speak, learn how to speak, through NLP and everything that we've been saying, that's basically getting into a chick's feelings. So basically what I'm saying is dudes nowadays, you got to try to get into a chick's feelings. Don't try to get into her head. Stop thinking logically like, okay, I'm going to wait 3 days to call this. And now we're not saying that. Everything is a feel. It's a flow. You know what I mean? Like, so yeah. So what y'all think about that? Getting into a chick's feelings?
Because you got to understand, we are men. We as men, we're of course we're inclined to be logical.
Exactly.
But even though we are logical thinkers, on the other side, we buy emotionally. So once you get a woman to get into her emotions, like Attraction Management said, you get her to be sad, happy, moody. I don't like this. He liked me. Ice, cold, hot, warm. What happens is she's now feeling the spectrum of femininity that she's not getting anywhere else. And see, a lot of guys are just giving her straight, yeah, I want to dick you down, which is okay, great.
I want to keep you happy.
Right. But once you get her to feel happy, sad, good, bad, whatever the different feelings, she's now going to become attached to you because she's not getting that anywhere else. I just couldn't figure out for the life of me why they love those erotic books. It's because they're getting emotional triggers that they're not getting anywhere else. Hence why some women would try to incur an argument with you. Not because she's mad or whatever the case may be, or she's trying to test you. It's because she needs that emotion.
Yeah, and another thing with the emotion that you're talking about, you can also just have girls like describe their emotions to you. Like, for example, if they just like went on a roller coaster, tell them to like, describe it. Like, how did it feel or whatever? Have them describe their feelings, because that makes them more in touch with them and anchors them more to you.
That puts them in their feelings. Yep. Ask them a question about their childhood when they were a kid and this, that, and the third, over their happiest moments, whatever. Just put them all in the feelings. It's all about a feelings thing.
Travis says wine, sip, insert tip, and dip. No, actually, Trav, I'm not gonna dip, but I'm doing a sleeping stay tonight, actually. So I'm doing a sleeping stay, man. So that's the overnight shit, man. That's just swag. I got names for shit. I got names for shit y'all trying to do. It's just gonna do a sleeping stay, just
that's powerful, because think about, I remember one time, and I always say Atlanta, but it's a situation where I went over to the girl house and I didn't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
She wanted me to hit. What I did was I pulled it back, didn't even touch her, I laid there. So it threw her off her game because she's used to guys coming over and just automatically hitting it. So by the time she came over my house, she was already full ready because now I intrigued her, but not shoot my shot the first night.
Yeah, man, you gotta sit on chicks.
Right.
But look, man, we did our hour. We said it was gonna do a short, man. So
Exactly.
we go. Y'all say our last words because y'all didn't fucking listen, and don't be trying to. And now I'm gonna be an asshole. Don't try to do sudden death now.
Hey,
I
yo,
told y'all
yo,
motherfuckers
Travis.
check
Yeah,
in.
right.
Y'all could. It could have been at least 10 of y'all. Don't you see it show how many people watching? So that's disrespect. That I feel like y'all just ignoring what I'm saying. Okay, so that's cool. So
Trav don't even talking, man. Trav Terrell, shout out to you, man.
Traction Mansion, say your little shit. Say your shit before you go. Tell them how to get in contact with you, and then we'll go Lawrence, Red Pill, and then me.
All right, cool. All right, so once again, I'm Attraction Mansion. If you guys want to check out my Instagram, I got some stuff on there, and my YouTube. My Instagram is attraction_mansion. I got my link to my Patreon in my bio, which is where I post fire content. So if you guys have any question on that, feel free to DM me. I'll see you guys later, and great show tonight.
Oh yeah, man. And then you know you can put it on your channel too.
Oh yeah, all right.
Okay. Lawrence.
I'm Lawrence D. Adams, the only one. Lawrence D. Adams. You can reach me on Instagram at Lawrence D. Adams on Instagram, Lawrence D. Adams, and on YouTube, Lawrence D. Adams. I just dropped one new video, and it was Man You Too Emotional, but I got another one I'm about to do, Compliance or Nothing Else.
Cool. Red Pill Chauvinist.
Yes, sir. Yeah, the Red Pill Chauvinist. Check my channel out, the Red Pill on YouTube, the Red Pill Chauvinist. You could also check me out on Instagram at the Red Pill Chauvinist _YouTube. I got a couple of new videos out now. Yeah, definitely just check my channel. I usually drop a video once a week or once every other week, but definitely check my channel soon because I'm gonna be vlogging outside the country. You'll know once I drop the vlogs and all that, but definitely check that out, man. The Red Pill Chauvinist, man. Where just to be clear, the Red Pill mindset is basically not following society's narrative and finding your own answers. So it's not, my channel isn't only about women. It's all about, it's about life, man. It's about, living your best life. Live life live is what, as you can see from the motto, is what I like to see on my channel. So the Red Pill Chauvinist, live life live, man. Check it out.
Hey, Red Pill, make sure you check out my travel joints too. Just go to my channel and go, because I didn't take none of those off. So just go to my channel and go to travel vlogs. And it's like Colombia on there, Thailand on there, China on there, Vegas on there. But it's like 30-minute drops of just doing shit on boats.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to check it out, man.
Yeah, like that shit.
I never did one. I never did a vlog before. Because like I always say, man, I'm a private dude, man. I'm not even used to being in front of the camera. So it's going to be even harder for me to be in front of the camera outside the country. But it's all about doing new things, man. That's how you grow, man.
Yep. So in closing, I'm Afi King. Go to my Patreon. I put the link in there. And speaking of my Patreon people, I'm putting this on Patreon when we get off. And as soon as we get off, I got a drop for y'all for my Patreon. So everybody on this panel is on my Patreon. So y'all gonna get it too. And this one is cheap finesse dates. So I'm not talking about cheap dates like McDonald's. I'm talking about cheap finesse dates. So y'all gonna get that game. Follow me on Instagram, Dominance Mindset and Raw Game. If you want to make a donation, PayPal.me/KingFee, KINGFEE 101 consultations. Email me, Mr. KingFee101@gmail.com, man. I appreciate everybody on the panel. Alex, I just got your DM because he probably missed some of it. Alex, see, he young. I'm not gonna stress him getting on my Patreon because sometimes it's about the support, man. Like I'm really offended. Y'all can't check in, but y'all want to. But then it's like y'all still here. It's weird to me.
Ghost viewers.
Yeah, this shit weird. Like you don't have to come with no fire question. You don't have to. We're supplying the game.
Ain't nobody here disrespectful. Ain't nobody here be cracking on dudes. You know what I'm saying? We over here, we just chatting it up, man.
Just say you here. That's it. Like, what up? That's all you fucking gotta do.
Exactly. What up is good enough, man. So everybody watching in the chat, man, yo, just say give it what up, man. So we ask, man, be a little active. You gotta understand, people take it, like I was saying, time is important. People taking it, we taking our time off, man. This is not a job for me, man. This is, I'm just volunteering. I'm just chilling.
Literally just got off of work to get on here.
I walked through the snow. We had a snowstorm here.
KP Max, I see you.
I walked through the snow, changed clothes so I wouldn't be in the mindset of my job, so that I can drop some Jews with these wonderful good brothers. And next time I need y'all to really participate in this. We're gonna have to cut it off, because if you don't teach them the first time, they'll never learn the next time.
Yeah,
that's a fact.
That's straight pimping.
Peace.